Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Fresh Out the Box, the greatest actual play ever. That might be an exaggeration, but I am the board game guru, game master extraordinaire, Jahananan.
I'm the co-host Casualty CDG, and I'm sorry for the somber appearance and the somber occasion, but we need to talk to Jahan about something really serious. This is an intervention for Jahan. He's been putting too many things in his mouth recently, too many things deep into his mouth. We need to have a serious talk. He put a baby's arm in his mouth earlier today. He almost threw up, but we really need to sit around and, Jahan, we need to talk to you man to man about Nuovarden Session 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my son put his arm down my mouth, and it wasn't pleasant. That's what he's referring to. Gary, you threw me off by having zero energy for your intro. that got me pretty good. I wasn't expecting that.
You're welcome.
Popcorn Corpinion.
And I'm starting to be AD Springer, also known as Corbidian, a variety of video game and tabletop Twitch streamer. And who knows what I'll be doing in Nuovarden.
Hey, you dirty girls at home. Nope, sorry. I'm Keon. I did the song, the intro song. I'm the little brother of the stream. I'm really excited about this game. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna find out together.
And I'm Ty Thalanos. I'm the fresh blood here, and apologies, I'm a little panicked and freaked out, but I'm also a Twitch streamer, VTuber here, just having fun and trying to maybe lead the way a little bit through some Nuovarden. So excited to be here, guys, and everyone.
Hell yes.
We're super lucky to have you, man. We're thankful to have you. Thank you for joining us, Tyler. Tyler has played before, which makes Tyler the resident expert of this brand new game, of which no one is really an expert yet, right? Except for the designers themselves. And we encourage everybody to go check out Nuovarden.
I do admit I may have spent a number of nights with the creator, just talking about the game now, just talking about it and such, but yeah, so super excited for this system.
He was not canoodling with the creators of Nuovarden. Let it be very known.
I spent a number of nights with the creator, and now you can find my name in the special thanks section in the front of the book.
One of those really hot naked cat people looks surprisingly like Tyler, almost as if he was
I want to draw you like one of my French girls.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alrighty.
So non-existent.
So, everybody, this is Nuovarden from Adventure Slaying Productions. It recently came out. Those of you who are fans of the channel have seen Aaron Deputy do many times on the stream, and she is one of the creators along with her father, Dungeon Master Ty, Dungeon Mister Ty, Dungeon Mister Ty, and they're friends of the show. So I backed Kickstarter. I got my physical book right here. It's very, very nice book. I like it. It's high quality. Like I was very pleased with what I received from this Kickstarter. But yeah, you can check it out on adventureslangproductions.com. But we're going to be doing session 0 here. We're going to be getting going with character creation. We're going to talk about campaign expectations and hopes, that kind of stuff. So I guess strap in, get ready to learn some stuff, and let's have some fun here. I'm starting off on page 45 of the book with character creation. I figure we could start diving right in. You guys have your fillable character sheets available at adventureslangproductions.com. So yeah, let's start filling these out. You got your names, cultures, heights, all that good stuff. But it starts you off with stat arrays. This game, for the most part, seems to put you into the stat array section. It's not really... They don't really have a build option. They want you to do one of these 3 things. Defender, Manifester, and Challenger. To sort of give you a good mix of injury scale and primacy. So, injury scale, HP. Primacy is more like abilities and magic, that kind of stuff. You can use it in other ways too, but we'll get to that later. So, I'm not sure.
I do know for sure after our first read through that I wanted to be Ixa or Ixi. So I did go down, I put in that already, and I'm back up where you're at. I'm thinking Manifester for me, for my stat array.
Hell yeah.
So with the fillable stat array, and just so you guys know sort of what I'm up to, I went and looked at the height and weight for my culture. I decided to be small for my culture. So I'm 3'2" and 60 pounds. I'm like the size of a medium-sized dog. And
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be not so physical.
Hell yeah.
That works. So we're starting out strong with some choices, some absolute choices that are putting you in a very defined role. That's very good. These stat arrays, you might want to look at some of the other stuff before you actually settle down if you're not sure kind of what race or class you want to be. Maybe you can wait. It's totally fine. But there are 3 of them. Defender has the most HP, least primacy. Manifester, most primacy, least HP. And then Challenger is half and half. So offering balance.
Can you remind me, not to get too into the weeds, but a lot of this is also based off of, the gameplay seems to be based off of the disciplines. How often are we gaining new disciplines after we create a character?
We'll figure that out in a minute, because I don't remember.
Tyler
might know.
I do have a few answers. It is kind of as you level up. It's a number of times of when you level up, you'll be able to take additional of the disciplines. Now you are limited. You can't go directly across the little star.
Right.
So those are kind of antithetical to each other. But essentially, depending on where we start, you're stuck with that initial discipline from your culture, and then as you level up, you're able to expand your tree.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty important. So is Ixa a mystery?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. All right, so I have a few things it's all interesting to me. I could see myself really enjoying anything. I could see myself being a defender land plaque, the kind of human druidy, tanky, wild shaper race, species, class, whatever. I could also, Gary was kind of, we're talking about, what is it, the Ashgal, which are these like musical bardy support people. And he's like, oh, that sounds a lot like Kian. And I was like, that's kind of on the nose, but I've never played an on the nose character, so that could also be fun. So,
and then, this game is a real opportunity, like where D&D is kind of, you could be more of a campy, silly bard. This game's a real opportunity for you to dive into the more poetry side of it, and more song, which is, to me, I would love to see that from you, but that's greedy of me.
No, I'm very open to that. And then the last thing I'm pretty open to is just because I want to see it in action is a Starnum. There are these like space ghosts that possess people and creatures and stuff and jump from body to body. So that's what I'm debating. So I don't know if that helps inform any of my remaining party members' directions.
Rest in peace, Space Ghost.
Coast to coast.
But I mean, that's all good stuff to take into consideration when you guys are thinking about what you want to play as. Thank you, D-Ski, for resubscribing. We've had 2 big resubscribes today. D-Ski, 58 months. Vampire Bites, 53 months. That's pretty
Vampire!
crazy. That's crazy. And in a few
Hey, what
months,
up, Vampire Bites?
Thank
we'll be
you both.
playing
Thank you
a
both.
vampire game by Vampire
And both of
Bites.
you.
As far as
You
leveling
said a
up,
few months. That's literally just 1 month away, actually.
that's pretty close, yeah. So this game is slated for we're trying a different format for this. Normally we do like 10 episodes per campaign. We're gonna do 5. So I'm gonna be speeding up your leveling a little bit here so that we can actually get some flavor. Maybe every episode, maybe every other episode, depending on how the vibes are. But yeah, we'll be checking it out. So that's for your discipline question earlier. The races, well, they call them cultures. We've talked about all this on the stream a couple weeks ago. We did if you want to go back and watch the video we did before this where we actually read the book a bit, feel free. But there are quite a few cultures here. And I'm not sure if, it sounds like 2 of you, one of you set, the other one has 3 in mind. What about you other
No,
2?
I'm getting more set, but I do want to hear what they have to say.
First blush, I'm looking at the Wu Ten or the Selku.
Okay.
Just from vibes, because I'm going from I'm for those watching this, I opened this book about 10 minutes ago.
That's true. You don't know.
You're crushing it.
So I'm just going by what seems cool on a first glance. That looks cool on a first glance. That I know I haven't played elsewhere in a different systems. Like this feels unique to this, but not so buried in the lore that I'd have to be like, what do these things do again?
Yeah.
What I like about Selku, if we're talking about what we want to see, I want to say they're lore discipline, right?
Mhm.
So they're diametrically opposed to the same thing that Gary wants to do, which I like. I like that dynamic.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
not
food for
terrible.
thought.
Yeah, no.
The Selku are pretty cool.
Which
What's
is
the other one you
great
said?
because reading about the Ixi, that section of them, we are not part of the culture of the Ixa, where they like sit around in a group and chill and meditate. We are the ones who don't really vibe on that, and we go out into the real world and search around and look for our faith and look for our place in the world. So you being lore, I am going to be nothing but full of questions. I want to know what everything in the garden is, because the people that I come from don't really interact with this plan so much.
Very cool. Yeah, they deal with like other realms and like the dead, right?
Yeah, so there's the other ones, the Ixa, they deal with other realms and with like life spells and healing, and then us, the Ixi, are the ones who are on the search for meaning or purpose or faith, and they deal with the reanimation, with the puppeteering and the death and the necromancy, and yeah, that's where I'm going.
It's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And then the land plaques are thick.
That's the thing. The land plaque are so cool. It's like I'm thinking the Asgall, but the land plaque are really fucking cool.
Both what that excites you, right?
They both excite me. I don't know. I'm really not helping at all. Well, so what would you? Okay, so if you're going to Selku, that seems more magic focused too. So it seems like we do. I guess we don't have to think about it like party comp, but somebody should probably be a defender and somebody should maybe be a challenger potentially.
Selku are so weird, man. They're creepy looking.
Oh, but then we found a cuter drawing of them later that made them less creepy. Remember?
True.
A different art style.
True.
At first I was like, ugh.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I found it. It's a little better. Still, the 4 eyes is a little disconcerting. So yeah, you got yourself. What about you, Ty? What you sniffing at?
I'm open, unsure. Again, trying to fill since I've played the game before. I really like it's as we talk about party dynamics and stuff, it will definitely be helpful to have somebody who can tank a little bit, just because it's a D4 system. It's you can get hurt pretty easily, pretty quick. Failure rate is high,
Okay.
so it's helpful to have somebody that can kind of absorb a little bit of that. But at the same point in time, like it's having that primacy in order to make those changes is like chef's kiss. It's so much fun. So it's really nice to kind of have that. So again, kind of filling where everybody's is and hearing that there might be some additional cultures that may want to be experienced. And maybe if you all cannot play them because we can only choose one character, something to be like, well, maybe I can help fill that and play it from my vantage point. Then you can kind of say like, ooh, I would have done something a little different. So I'm just kind of still getting those feelers out and seeing what everybody wants to play.
That's fair.
Can I ask what you played as previously?
So I played as one of the Lanai, so kind of the elementalists. So it was very much Airbender-esque. So I played a stone, and what's really cool about this system is it is very much of whatever you can think of. So it was open enough where I dealing with stone, we didn't have someone who could pick locks, but I was able to like warp the stone around the latch of the lock in order to open it. And you're getting points of you can do affecting statuses by like there were dust on the ground that I kind of spread out and like marbles that kind of slipped. And I think to like collapsing a wall, like it's very open to whatever you can kind of think of. So that's really nice. It's a little intimidating, I think, for the seer and that they've got to be able to react to everything, but it also helps a lot, like trying all these different aspects. And you can stretch it to say, hey, you're not a rogue just dealing with thievery. You're able to, whatever you can come up with, kind of hit a bunch of different notes.
Yeah, I was also a Lanai, and it was very fun.
I would love to see a Starnom, and I don't think anybody was going to play one. Keon, I know you said you were
That's
interested,
what I'm saying.
but I'm also intimidated by them like you are. There's a lot going on there, and I'd love to see one in action. Even if we don't end up playing one, if none of us do, that'll be something I'd like for Jahan to have a Starnom be
Yes.
like a big part of our story and maybe guide us along or something.
Yeah, if no one picks one,
That
I
could be
could
cool.
definitely bring one in. Yeah, I'm okay.
I feel
with
like the
that.
setting you gotta have one of them. That's
They're
that's
they're
the only
really
thing.
interesting.
It's like a different game almost. Like it's very enticing. But I do want to role play, and they seem a little bit more detached from like how I want to play, right? Or am I being racist
They
against
do have
Starno?
like telepathy and such because they are with the mind. But yeah, they, as you kind of mentioned, they do seem a little displaced. But
Yeah, I'm thinking. So would you want to play land plaque or some kind of tanky thing if nobody takes it, or are you more interested in getting back to the primacy? Because I could enjoy either way, truly.
I'm here to enjoy. Like, you take something that you have fun. I mean, the other thing is I enjoy. I'm not going to say breaking the system, testing and stressing the system to say why can't you have a tanky Starnum? The whatever you're kind of inhabiting might be a bit tankier, and yeah, you don't have as much of the special abilities, but in this system, well, you're not limited to when you use it. Here's your spell slots and they're done. There's ways to kind of recover some of those and continue on if you're smart with how you use your primacy. So it's not really the end of the world to stress yourself a little bit, to push yourself, push the limits.
Thank you for the insight. Truly, I think out of the three starting arrays, I do just like more balance. I feel like I want to play a challenger, which I think would leave me either the Asgal or the land plaque. I'm kind of cool with either. Gary seems like he really wants to see me play an Asgal. Is there any other like thoughts of what you'd want in the campaign?
Asgal's cool, man.
Okay, I might just grip it and rip it, dude.
I mean, they're both cool, but I don't know. I want you to, whatever's gonna be more fun for you. It's
Oh.
It's right up your alley, and I feel like they have a better mix of use when it comes to
Yeah.
being a challenger. But that being said, Lamplight can do anything too. So
Well, I'm also halfway through the Twilight movies, so the idea of werewolf form is really enticing. That's kind of it. It's kind of I'm being seduced by the idea of wild shaping, but really I think Asgard is more me.
well, shaping's pretty cool.
So yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's all. There's not too much to the actual character creation. It can be pretty quick. There's step by step. You decide your character's culture subclass, and record your starting discipline, height, and weight. Then you choose your starting stat array, and then that's most of the character creation. Then you choose 4 items from the starting equipment list. Then you add 4 days rations, a water skin, and a satchel. Players may select or suggest one cultural item, an item or trinket of cultural relevance. May or may not have a mechanical function. Discuss with your seer. That's me. And develop and record your character's background and appearance. After that, it's pretty much it. So, yeah.
So my culture says that I have to have a blindfold because it's how Ixi identify themselves different from Ixa around them. So is that something I have to ask you for, or do I have to have one, or both?
I guess both.
Can I have a staff?
I mean, you could definitely have a blindfold. I think staffs are part of starting equipment, so you could definitely pick one.
Oh yeah, it is on there. I could get a simple tool
Yeah, staff. Yeah.
Never mind. Thank you though.
You don't want it?
I don't want to use it as a starting item. I want it as a cultural item. I picked my starting 4, and I'm pretty happy with them.
You want it? Okay. I mean, if it's like culturally significant to you, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it'll be not
You have,
just
like,
a stick.
you
It'll
have
be
a
like
plan
an
for it?
Ixa. It'll be like an Ixa carved stick or something.
Like, yeah, it's got like lore in it.
Yeah, it can have lore in it. Let's do that. It can have mystery in it. That's what it can have in it.
Oh yeah. It could be a mysterious stick that you maybe you grabbed it from the other side or something.
We are willed into existence, and since I'm such a small, lightweight, I want to be a young one. So I was probably summoned into existence with this staff.
That's good. Okay. And you don't know the full like meaning behind it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I don't know the meaning behind the staff or the garden.
Cool. I like it. Yeah, you can have that staff. That
You know
works.
why I love Aaron? Because they built they built a sub race into this game that is just hot goths. The Asgard culture subculture is just hot goth as a species, and I'm gonna do that.
She would do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like Aaron. Let me take a look at what you're looking at here. So you're gonna be an Asgul instead of a
No, opposite. It would be an Asgar.
Gar.
Arcane tattoos. I've always wanted, even in D&D, I've always wanted to play as like an artificer who just used tattoos, and this is kind of that.
Right. They're the ones that use the tattoo magic. Okay.
But it's like they wear black and their music is like shrill and off-putting. Like, yeah.
Okay.
I love that you're like playing like a guitar or something instead of
Yeah.
throw the harp down and you've got the synthesizer out.
There's gonna be a fun instrument. We got no. It's gonna be like an electric bass. She's gonna play bass. I'm gonna be a girl. She's gonna play bass. It's already decided.
What's the one I can't remember the name of, Keon? That's just like the spooky noise. It's like the bowl, like it's with the what is it? A theremin? Is that what it is?
Theremin
is?
Theremin's an electronic.
Play
thing.
with the light.
Oh, that's
waves.
the electric.
There's
one.
also just sound bowls.
No, there's like a spooky one that they used to use in like old horror movies.
You're thinking theremin for sure.
Is that what it is?
It's like you hold your hands certain ways, it would give the
Yeah,
noises.
I think so. I think yep. That's what you should play, anyways.
That's really funny. That's actually pretty dope. It's going to be an electric bass guitar, though.
we'll figure it out. It could, yeah. I mean, we could. It could be similar. I mean, it can work the same.
It's going to be similar to an electric bass guitar.
Yeah. And by similar,
And
I
maybe
mean, it's
kind of like a
bass guitar
nice.
that is amplified somehow.
I mean, they have swords over there. They won't have the same instruments. They have the same one anyway.
Yeah, yeah. You could have a cool thing. Yeah.
I mean, they got technology. Wotan have technology. Make a
Yeah, they're robot people. I mean, that means that you could probably have some sort of electronic pickup or something.
Hell yeah.
What's up, Eric? Yep, YouTube theremin playing. You can do some amazing things with them. Yeah, theremins are cool. I always thought they were cool. So Kion's kind of nailed down. Is that your final answer here?
Yeah.
What's your discipline that you go with that?
Song.
Okay.
So I think that's kind of the support.
So you're an Asgard challenger.
I think Challenger is probably what I want to do.
Okay.
Because we are, especially because we're probably going to have 2 manifestors.
Gary is an Ixa or Ixi.
Ixi,
That's right,
whatever the
Ixi.
second one.
Yeah, you're the Ixi manifester. Okay. So you two are nailed down mostly. What about you, Binion? So you need a little bit more help because you did not read this book with us and have not played before. That makes sense.
Good.
So I'll skip the ones that were already taken just because, I mean, you could double up if you wanted to, but you already kind of heard a little bit about them, so we'll skip those for now. The next one is the Kakuts. These are the animal people. The incredibly hot animal people.
Jesus Christ. I know there's going to be Kakuts NPCs if none of us play as them. We don't even have to ask for that.
Oh, fuck.
And they're gonna be horny. So their innate ability is Shadow Walk. The Kakuts makes an action or called roll of silence for the manifestation attempt. Lets you move silently in low light with the obscured status. So essentially, you can walk quietly through shadows. They're more of a stealthy class, so that's cool. They have an additional movement type. Oh, if you choose one that's not a cat, you can change your innate ability from Shadow Walk to flight or swimming or burrowing, depending on what animal you are.
Nice.
So the Kakuts, they're mostly cats, but then if you're a different thing, then you have that movement type, and that's your specialty.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also the Kaku. So the Kaku are the avians and the Piscine forms. So those are the fish people and the avians. So there's that. We'll move on. Lamplack, Hot Vikings that can shapeshift.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And they I believe were the first culture here, and then the Starnum started showing up, and then there was like a rift, and that's kind of how things got to where they are. Is that right?
Sounds about right.
Sure.
I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it doesn't sound wrong. Playing Lamplack. So they're the beefier biscuits. They can do, what's their ability? It's creature morph.
Yeah, dude.
They turn to another creature. Yeah, and they get the physical properties of that creature. So pretty much a druid born, but they're in the bodies of warriors, it looks like typically. After that, the Lanai. These are sexless, like small elemental, essentially children that spring up out of different elemental situations. These are elementalists mostly. They do magic. They're big magic boys, and they're silly. They're mirthful. They're chaotic. So if that sounds fun, that's fun. I played one. It was fun. Ty played one. Ty liked it. Selkus. You already kind of looked at this one. They seem like people that descended from spiders. That's what they look like. very creepy. They have oracular recall.
Oracular.
Oracular. There you go. Oracular recall reaches into the depths of memory. It is possible for them to manifest knowledge of the past even when they don't personally know it. So these are deep lore. Their discipline is lore, which is one of the more sporty ones, but it's fun. There's a lot to it. And then you also said, I think the next one, Starnum. Yep, they're the ones, they're ghosts, essentially. They're extraplanar alien ghosts that possess bodies of other living creatures. Otherwise, they are formless.
Yep.
Their discipline is mind, so they're kind of like the psychic class kind of people.
You definitely said that they are disembodied extraplanar ghosts that are aliens. Yeah, that's definitely true.
That nails it. That's pretty cool. Honestly, like if I was playing, I don't think they had them in the playtest. I don't remember. If they did, I fucked up by not playing one because that's pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
And then finally, the Wotan. They're warforged, essentially. Discipline technology. All these disciplines these are where your base abilities are going to be coming from. And when you look, the character sheet has a star that you see with the disciplines. If you pick a discipline, you lose access to its the one across from it. So if you pick technology, you can't do element. If you pick mystery, you can't do lore. Silence, song, body, mind. So, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
I can never
tree.
be silent.
Yeah. That makes sense for you.
Yeah, yeah, checks out.
And neither can your character.
Oh, fucking burn.
Wow.
But that
Kind of just put a hat on a hat, but that's okay.
that pretty much knocks out all the cultures. I'm not sure if anything's striking your fancy, but maybe.
The Selku is probably what I'm going to go with. That was my first blush. It was going to be them or the Wotan, and Selku have that. I kind of like that oracular recall, that idea of being able to pull up lore. The idea of a character who is smarter than I am, and it's like, do we know this? Well, I don't know, but my character might.
Yeah, you can remember things that you didn't experience. That's fucking cool.
That sounds like it might be kind of busted, and I love it. That's so powerful.
It's pretty strong. So, okay, so you're going to be a Selku. Selku have, most of the cultures have a flip side. I just burped, sorry. Selku is the base one. Selkie is their opposite. The Selkie is different when the Selku meet Asgal, they become enamored with the Asgal aesthetic. In time, Selku learn of the tattoo artistry of the Asgar, and a new role formed within the Selku culture are the Selkie. Selkie use their bodies as a living record of the history of Nuovarden in the time since the emergence. When new information comes to light, the Selkie tattoo it onto their skin, and in creating this record, become living tomes of contemporary lore and authorities on the many changes to the realm over the last 100 seasons. A Selkie sometimes faces unusual threats from those who wish to own the knowledge tattooed on their bodies. So that's the difference. They're tattooed with lore. And your innate ability, instead of oracular recall, will be field notes. Although capable of manifesting old lore, the Selkie spend the majority of its seasons recording new lore and the changes in Nuovarden since the emergence. On its turn, Selkie focuses on the post-emergence lore they seek. They may not use movement during this turn, but instead make an action or cultural lore at decreased difficulty. So it's a similar ability, but it's about...
Similar, theirs is post-emergence as opposed to pre-emergence.
Yeah.
If you take the second one, then I would love for my staff to match some of the things that are tattooed on you. That way our characters are connected in some mysterious way.
Yeah, and the Asgal would also be, or the Asgar would also be connected in a loose way automatically. But
I'll still share with the Selku. The tattooed journaler doesn't call to me, as it were.
Absolutely.
Dude, we're all gonna be tatted up.
Selku's cool. All right, so you're going to stick with the oracular recall of the Selku. Excellent. Make sure you note that. Make sure you note that your discipline is lore. Base height 5.5 feet. Base weight 70 pounds. They're very light. They're also genderless and haunted in appearance. So check that out. And then, so that's and also you have to pick your if you want to be a defender, a manifester, or a challenger. For a Selku, unless you are trying to break the mold, manifester or challenger is probably more in line with what they do, with their playstyle. But you can pick any of the three.
I will.
One thing to know, like of the different starting values, like you're talking injury scale, you're talking primacy. Your injury scale obviously is like your hit points. Your primacy is what effect you can have, the number of times you can affect your dice roll. So you can do things with no primacy. Like it doesn't affect you if you have no primacy. You're able to still affect and do the things you want to do. But with those primacy, you can say, ooh, that thing that failed, I don't want to fail as bad, or I want to succeed. And you have more play with that. So, it's not like you're super limited if you pick the wrong one. Like, don't feel bad. Just whatever you're going to do with, you're going to have fun with it. And it's just how much you want to have that impact on every roll.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer.
I think I'll lean into Manifester. That feels thematically melding into the Selku, because they're not known for being particularly robust from their description. These very reedy, old-looking people who just know a lot. It's like, can you fight? I mean, they can. It's not what they're known for, but you could.
So we have a Manifester Selku, Manifester Ixie, Challenger a Gull, or a Gar. It's a Gar. And then
Asgar.
And then whatever Tyler wants to be.
I mean, I hear that we really want to see the Starnum. I see an opening that we don't have a body. It'll be a little, obviously different to have this Starnum without a body that is the strongest, or most prone to take up the injuries. But then again, could always control like something that's bigger and stronger esque type thing. So I think Starnum Defender is what we've been asking for.
Interesting.
That's spicy.
Starnum Defender, discipline the mind. Oh, so you don't even have access to the body discipline, which is funny. But you have the innate ability to inhabit other living creatures. Cool. And then pick whatever stat array you want. And
I'm going that Defender.
Defender.
Hell yeah.
Going for it.
Dude. This might actually be a busted team composition.
It is interesting that we're like two like completely opposites for both pairs.
Yeah.
Making notes of what all you chose. And then everybody, I think Gary's already done with this part, but pick your 4 starting items from the starting item list towards the beginning of character creation.
I think I'll grab a nav lens. Just because, one, it leans into my lore, but also, if we're doing pre-emergent stuff, it'll be even easier on top of that, yet again.
Hell yeah. Let me ask y'all, Tyler is somebody who's played it, and Jahan is the person who's going to run it. How much of a survival-based game is it going to be? You know what I mean?
It definitely depends more on me, but the world in the garden is pretty. It's like a first age kind of situation. Not a lot of fantasy settings are set in like a first age, and so the environment and your surroundings are definitely going to be an issue.
Okay, cool.
So it'll come up.
I want to be kind of like, because I'm gonna have that blend. The Asgard are like really small, but I want to be like little tight muscles, and I'm gonna have a sword. Let me see. Well, like a two-hander and some rope and a fire starter, and I don't know, like a tent or something, some kind of shelter. That's what I'm gonna do.
A shelter. That's cool. Small tent. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Make note of all the things that you are taking. If anyone needs any to talk it out, you know.
The tent only has room for 2, is what it says, by the way. So.
Don't worry, I've also got a nav lens and a tent.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I picked all the stuff that a little wanderer would have. So I have nav lens, fire starter, sleeping mat, and a tent. I brought nothing for attack, just for camping and walking around.
If you're gonna have a
You
fire
have staff.
starter,
Yeah, that's right. I do have a mysterious staff that I was summoned to this plane with.
I might not take the fire starter if you're gonna have it. I might bring a.
I mean, you could also. It also includes weapons. So if you want a weapon, don't forget to take one.
Would a
perhaps.
Starnum need to drink water? Because everybody gets a water skin. Is the Starnum going to be using the water skin?
I think their body needs to drink.
I have to keep the inhabited body alive and
Interesting.
in good. I can't just let it go to waste.
Okay.
Is what I'm taking from this.
I think that is cool. And I'm actually,
what's up,
instead of.
That's Drew. What's up, Drew? Hey, Eric Jackson, great question. This is a completely original system, completely original lore. It came to the creator in a dream, apparently. The Kickstarter was successful, and now it's available for purchase. So yeah, Nuovarden. The lore is original, the system's original. It's all fresh.
Out the box. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yo.
No, you know what? I appreciate that. But yeah, so also there's weapons and stuff. I'm not sure what kind of weapon a songstress would want. I imagine, well, you don't even have to have an instrument because you could do poetry or some other form of entertainment. It's up to you.
Well, also, it is built into the Asgard specifically. They're tattoo artists.
Yeah.
Which is tight as hell. I'm gonna be whipping a sword. I want a big sword and
A
a
big
tattoo
sword?
done. It's an option. Two-hander. Sword large.
Sword large, yeah. Look at that. Okay. Interesting. Cool. I like
But she's tiny, so it's big in relation to her because I think that they're 5'3" and 75 pounds. So it's like the size of her, but like a skinnier. It's like a claymore.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's not the gut sword, but it's like close.
You're a gut sword.
Really? Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's the nicest thing you could say to somebody.
So you've picked your stuff. Gary's picked his stuff. Corbin, do you have any trouble, or did you figure out what you want?
I got a nav lens, a sleeping mat. 'Cause whatever injuries I take, I'd rather get rid of them when I can. A lantern, because in any fantasy exploring game, I don't like being in the pitch dark. That's how people die. Just from nature. Fourth thing, I might take a healing signature just because I'm thinking I'm not going to go very fighty. I'm going to be doing lots of figuring out ways around a problem or trying to see how everyone else can get a better handle on whatever it is we're facing. So it's a lot of hanging back and trying to support everybody. And healing signature means even if I'm at a loss, I can still, for now at least, I can still kind of head out there and keep people from going down to their injuries.
Very
Has
cool.
anybody grabbed a map?
That's
Well, I haven't
something.
grabbed the
So
map.
yeah, something like with the Starnum and trying. They can be played because like there's the Disciplined and the Starnum. The Disciplined are like Starnum are their best and the you know the important ones, and then the Starnum standard is very much here for everybody, kind of that one for all esque aspect. And so I'm kind of set up to being like, here, I wouldn't want to assist any party that I might happen to be with. So like the healing tincture as well to heal anybody, the fire starter to make sure that we have some set of fire, the rope in order to get everybody up to higher points, and same thing like with the map. I was also going to take the map to say here's a bit to kind of help the party. So I'm more than willing to kind of take that map and bring it to the party if you guys want to have your other
That's
items.
awesome. Okay, I'm trying to be kind of balanced because I do want to do a little support, but it seems like two of you are also doing support. So I got the sword. I'm gonna bring a second water skin. That's why I was asking if you needed yours, because then we wouldn't need a second one. But I'll bring a second one in case we pick anybody up or whatever. The tent. Then I get a fourth freaking thing. Nobody's grabbed a snare trap. I think that's the only thing we don't have.
Maybe.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think so. You don't necessarily
know if
Body
it's one
technology thing. So
I don't necessarily need one either. Move the call. Yeah, no, fuck that. I'll do a sleeping mat as well because that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
that is really good.
Yeah, it is really good. It's very. I mean, yeah, it sucked to not be able to regenerate all your health and stuff. Do the Starnum? What happens to your stuff when you're not in a body?
So you actually will just be carrying like psychokinesis essentially,
Oh,
carrying all the items, and as soon as it gets to the point of combat or something, everything just falls to the ground and you don't really end up carrying it.
so if you're not
anymore.
inhabiting
So
anything, you're gonna be like telepathically
that
carrying your stuff.
that purple plasma and something's following in front of me or behind me kind of thing. Yep.
That's fun. Can you inhabit things indefinitely?
If they are weak enough is kind of the
Okay.
rule to it. And the interesting thing about playing this as body, it is based on your body roll, I think, that you're able to inhabit things. Let me just see where
You
it
make a
was.
mind roll unless the target is willing. On a success, the Starnum enters the mind of the target creature and may control the host. The host creature maintains its awareness, and its turn may attempt an action roll mind to expel you. So it's mind versus mind.
So you totally can possess things and jump from body to body, quantum leap. Well, not quantum leap style. You can possess. You can be in your host body that runs around, does all your cool stuff, and then there's. I'm gonna grab that cool thing over there. Come here.
And what is interesting with this is, kind of the same thing with like druids that taking on the form and the health. Despite this 8 body in my form, when I'm actually like in the creature, I now have the creature's kind of injury scale to manage. So I'll be a little bit of a twist back and forth, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to see, not to put the pressure on, I'm excited to see you play this. This sounds complex, but you have the most experience, so it seems like you're the right person for the job.
I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to, I'm
I'm
gonna
very
have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to work hard at this to meet your expectations.
No, you really don't. You really don't. Dude, I'm so excited. I'm just looking at like the common manifestations and things, how like pure imagination based this game is, with restrictions.
Yeah.
But I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's pretty open to doing what you want. So it sounds like you guys are mostly done with character creation already. That was pretty quick. We might not need to do a full 3-hour session 0, but
I do have some questions looking
we
at
do
the
have more
character
to talk
sheet.
about.
Now that that's filled out, like looking down at favored manifestations and stuff, are these things that I should have maybe pre-filled out and some that I'm thinking about? Or do we gain more access to more manifestations as we go, or do we have them all off the bat? Discuss amongst yourselves.
That's a good question. Let me go to.
I think because we're kind of calling our shots as we go with the manifestations, I feel like that's just a place to keep track of things that have worked before, or like things that, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's set in stone.
I think so, but I'm gonna try to check it out to
Okay, yeah.
figure it.
Yeah, it is a lot of things you like doing, interesting ideas you might have, taking those common manifestations and maybe spinning it in ways and having ideas going forward, so you're not, because it is very much what can you think of. Some people it's helpful to think ahead of time to come up with ideas.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it's not like set abilities like like say in some other game at level 3 you have the ability to throw ninja stars. Like no. If you can come up with ever, here's the dice roll. If you biff it, you biff it. Too bad. If you get it, you get it. If you want to do that again, write that down to remember to do that again, because that plan worked for what you were trying to do.
There,
Yeah, and a lot
Like
of
your
what
thing
you-
with the with how you picked locks in that weird way. It's like, I know that works, so rather than try to dream up some new way to do that, I'm just gonna do that because that should work.
yeah. There are pre-made ones. It looks like there's common manifestations, and then there are, what's the other one called? Common mundane elemental action. No, there's a few different things. So the page is actually 30.
Wait, for what? Sorry.
For manifestations.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there are actually some.
But again, I think these are just examples, kind of, right?
They have pretty specific effects.
Oh, you're right.
You can use you can do, like, just be like, I'm doing this with manifestation. I'll say give me a body roll. But there are the pre-made ones that are set that you don't really need to ask for approval from me for. Like it should work.
Melee weapon attack.
That's
Yeah.
great. I honestly was a little worried that it was all going to be kind of loosey-goosey.
It's not all loosey.
It's like, yeah. Again, it's like a more focused Wild Sea Whisper mechanic.
a little bit, yeah. But they also roll your like basic abilities into there.
Right. Right.
So body, the examples are enhanced body, which you can do yourself. Those disciplined in body have the ability to change the structure of their physical form for the purpose of enhancing physical activities. Body manifestations cover a variety of changes to the individual's natural physique by adding additional movement types, faster movement, damage factor, or decreased difficulty scale for actions taken with an enhanced limb. Success grants one of these basic outcomes. A high success doubles the benefit. So that's what these are going to look like. They do have pre-made ones that give a range of things. So I think that's kind of where the favored ones are supposed to go. Like, it's like, oh, I don't want to forget I can do this, so. What are some of y'all's disciplines? Let's see.
Song, baby.
Keon's got song. We can take a look at some of song just to spitball here. Because it's definitely...
It's kind of
a good thing
exactly
to
what
talk
you
about.
think, but it's dope.
It is. So yeah, the very first, you have common manifestation, Beguile. Area/targeted effect. Those gifted in song can manifest especially powerful influences upon their rivals and enemies with a successful status attack. On a success challenge roll, mind applies. Causes enemies to regard the manifestor as an ally. So they can resist it with a mind roll.
Yeah,
Potentially
it's like charming other people.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Potentially fulfilling requests made by the manifestor. Attacks against the manifestor are made with an increased difficulty scale. A high success additionally invokes the afflicted impediment on targets.
Yeah, it's got that. It's got like a calm.
It's got calm,
emotions kind of thing.
confusion, deafen, drowse,
Yeah.
which makes people sleepy. You can do a healing song, sonic
My
attack.
question with all this,
Yeah.
I mean, it says area, So I can be casting these on areas of enemies and areas of allies, like to heal multiple people. Is there going to be like a? Is
Yes,
that
there are rules for it in the beginning of the manifestation section.
okay? Good.
So the beginning of the manifestation section, it breaks down like the rules that apply to everything. So affected area, semi-manifestations may affect a three-dimensional area up to an 8-foot cube. This area increases by 4 foot for every odd evolution. For example, at evolution 3, that the evolutions are level ups. So at evolution 3, the maximum is 12. So at level 1, you're going to have a maximum of an 8-foot cube you can affect. But yeah.
But it also seems like on high successes, the area might expand.
It could. High success maximum area may be doubled. If desired, the manifester may shape the manifestation within the area of effect to be shorter, narrower, or otherwise smaller than the maximum area. So you don't just have to hit the full area. You can like try to avoid hitting certain people. Blah blah blah. When targeting multiple creatures in an area effect status attack, the attacking creature rolls once, and all defending creatures make a challenge roll against that result. Any creature that enters an active area of effect is subject to the effects of that manifestation immediately. And they stay in the area for the duration, so everything has a different duration. Unless moved with a spend option, so you can move your area of effect in theory. In order to maintain a manifestation on a individual, that individual must be targeted directly. And yeah. So, like I said, these rules, so they have range, in combat, area of effect, duration, and maintenance. Those all apply to everything in this area. So if you have a question about how big it can be, what I can do, how long it lasts, it's all the same for everything.
Hey,
Much.
Tyler, I saw a thing, and then I saw another thing, and now I gotta ask, do you want to switch the mind and body stat loadouts with me? I think, and here's why. It's not that I want the tank roll. It's that when I summon, it uses my injury scale to summon, and when you become something, it uses that thing's injury scale, not yours. So it doesn't particularly benefit my build to summon with the points, and it doesn't particularly benefit your Starnum to have particularly more injury.
I mean, the same thing of walking into it. You know, you can have multiple tanks or healers and such. If you like running your class, definitely it does seem body is going to directly influence you. And coming to the defender. Coming to the defender on the Starnum, yeah, I might have to be at a lower injury scale rate for whatever I am inhabiting. But then let's say that thing takes too much damage and it ends up not being usable anymore. Now I have my Starnum form is technically tankier. So it kind of, I wouldn't say don't let my decision of taking defender or whatever influence you. If you want it because that's going to help your class, go for it.
But
yeah, I just also wanted to offer you and let you know if I'm going to swap it, feel free.
Yeah,
there's a chance I might kind of
like, hey, I took defender just because y'all didn't.
I might switch to that like challenger just to get a little more of that primacy, but I'll read up a little bit on the Starnum and
Gary, that's
here shortly.
That's something for you to consider too, because you're a manifester. You're as low damage scale as possible. You just slide one category up to challenger if that's more comfortable for you.
But didn't you say your summons are going to take from your injury scale, and you're going to be doing a lot of summoning?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So you summon equal to your injury scale pool, and it can be doubled. So for me, I definitely want more injury scale if I'm going to be summoning. And I might even be summoning dumb shit like squirrels, right? And I don't particularly care what I'm summoning, but the more the merrier.
So it's going to injure you to summon things?
No.
That's your limit.
It
That's
actually
the ceiling.
doesn't.
Your limit. Your limit.
Correct. Yeah, you summon that. many things, I do believe.
Yeah,
So
so
you can summon
you can
8
summon
things off
you
the
can
rip?
summon not 8 things, but some a mixture of things that have an injury scale up to 8. I believe is how it works.
Oh,
Now,
Uh,
cool.
is it summons, or are they reanimations?
it's a good question.
Summon allies from the recesses of memory and experience to make a mystic force unto itself. The success allows a summoner to call forth a number of creatures equivalent in total to injury scale to the summoner's current injury scale. So I think the intent is that they come from another realm or come from your mind. But as an Ixie, you're absolutely right. Could it be undead instead? I think that's certainly within the flavor.
So I think I was reading up on like the Ixie innate ability puppeteer of you can animate a corpse, but you also have your manifestation of summoning something. Because I was thinking, I was like, man, it would be funny if here I am with my body, whatever it is. Oh, they kill the body. And then you're like, well, let's bring it right
Yeah,
back up.
yeah.
Yep, now it's yours, and now it's willing.
Oh,
That synergy is crazy.
That's messed up too, because it's like your abilities looks like it's like you could control a corpse. It's like, oh, there's a dead guy there. Okay, I'll use that up to a certain, like it could be a dead bear or whatever. Or you can go like, oh, there's dead bodies. Darn, the necromancer's worst nightmare. Ixia goes, I don't care. I'd
Yeah,
rather have something already here.
Yeah.
But if I have to manifest something, I can.
Summon is just summoning undead from nothing.
Yeah. That's really exciting.
Oh yeah, puppeteer.
Cool.
Yeah, dead stuff.
I also looked at lore and saw that. I was like, there's no way lore I could hurt people with that. It's like, there's the stuff I figured would be in there. Like, oh, you can know things. You might notice people. You can find hidden objects. Like, okay, that makes sense. But the first one, accuse. A targeting shame, a consuming guilt. The truth can sometimes cause extreme pain.
Oh yeah.
Success manifests a painful truth, overwhelming the target with shame, guilt, and anguish, enough to cause standard mental damage. So I just point at someone and go, "You suck." Like, what?
Yeah, it's the
How did that hurt
shame
them?
shame scene from Game of Thrones
It's
that
the,
has like as a weapon.
Yeah, when we were reading this the first time, I said it was the penitent stare from Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
You
Lord,
don't
yeah.
put the toilet seat up.
Yeah, that's the thing about these disciplines. Like think bigger. You know what I mean? Like they are pretty expansive, and it's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah. So your lore is a lot stronger than I think you originally thought.
Oh yeah.
And then like mystery. Mystery's an interesting one. Common manifestations include things like energy shields, healing, turning invisible, opening planar doors. Oh yeah, you're the one that can open planar doors. I forgot about that.
I sure am.
Scrying, teleportation, summoning, like he was saying, void attacks, which are pretty messed up, and then you can do other things too. But yeah, so you got a lot there, and then our boy Tyler here is the mind over body kind of discipline guy here.
Mind freak.
Mind does cool stuff. Let's find it. Mind. Confusion. You can do flight, which is cool. You can do fright, which rhymes, and that's interesting. Mental attack, mind reading, mind shielding, phantasm, whatever that is. Have the ability to control the battlefield offers a big advantage. The power of trickery and false imagery. Oh, okay. So you can create pretty much scary things. Psychokinesis, stun, telepathy, influence, discern. Lots of cool stuff. So all these disciplines are very interesting, very powerful. You guys have a good mix. What do we have? We have mind, mystery, song, and lore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write those down.
We've got shadow magic, we've got psychic magic, we've got support magic, and we have history magic. But like, it's dope.
Lore does have history as part of it, but really, lore is more like truth.
Really reads like almost like a old school wizard. I mean, they've got flight, they've got fear, they've got just like a mental stun attack. and then
That's mind.
psychokinesis.
It's mind.
Oh, that's my
Oh,
bad.
I was like, sounds like there's a lot of crossover with mine.
Yeah. No, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
Lore is discovering
Ooh,
is
it's divination.
either knowing something and figuring things out, which is
Dude, analyze weakness.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's honestly like that was like one of the biggest thing when you look at the D4 system, you get your little D4, and all of a sudden say to change the difficulty scale, so now you're 50% instead of 25. Like lore can be huge, so that's awesome to see.
Any game where it has a find weakness sort of ability is usually pretty darn good.
That's
I was like,
pretty
yes,
busted.
please. It's like even if I don't do a ton of damage, hit that there. Cause this is actually the first I've read a lot of Caltrop Core or D4 type systems, but I've never played one. This is the first one I've touched, I think.
I think this is
Because
the
I
only
can
one I've
imagine-
played too.
So we're going to gain new disciplines every few levels. Looks like the first one is at level 3. And I imagine we'd end around 3 or 4 if we're just doing 5 sessions.
I might get you to 5. We'll see.
We'll 5 we get a third discipline.
We'll see if it's too disruptive to level up so fast, but we'll check it out. Because I often like to give like a quick level on the finale just to kind of give you guys a little fun for the end. But yeah, sounds good. So it sounds like you guys are pretty much there. You guys have made your guys. I'm sure there's gonna be some questions. Corbinian doesn't really know how to play, like at all, right?
This is the first time I've touched this book.
Yeah. So, the roles are pretty simple. Let's get to. It's like a 1-page thing. It's really easy on page 9. So I'll read this. I'll read this for you just so you kind of aren't going in completely blind when we play next week. So outcomes. This is Fortune's D4 in Nuovarden. So outcomes, when a creature performs an action, it tries to accomplish a single outcome. Prior to rolling, players must define the primary intended outcome of their action, as per usual. Examples of this outcome might be to harm an opponent, pick a lock, you get the idea. Outcome properties, you have to decide if it's mental or physical. Mental outcomes can be defined as... Outcomes can be defined mental, such as when manifesting a blast of mental energy, clearing the mind of confusion, or manifesting knowledge. And physical is physical stuff. I mean, that's pretty easy to understand. Reading the action dice. Players roll 1 or 2 dice, depending on the type of roll being made. 1 die. There are 3 primary results whenever a single die is rolled. High failure, standard failure, and standard success. Each result of the roll...
Yeah, right?
What?
He's just laughing that it gets better, but it seems like there's only a 1 in 4 chance of succeeding at all.
Kind of, but not
Unless
really.
you add
There's a lot of manipulation, and you can also roll 2 dice. So, yeah, die result of 1, high failure, outcome failure, and there's a reprisal roll. 2 or 3, standard failure, the outcome's just a failure, and then 4 is standard success. A high failure results in failure to the greatest possible extent. In addition, when a player rolls a high failure on an attack or manifestation action, the character faces a reprisal roll. Standard failure, you just don't do it. And success, intended outcome happens. So 2 dice, when rolling 2 dice, the chance for a success, and it increases the chance for success and potential a high success result. So double 1s, standard failure. Double 2s or 3s, there's an outcome of failure, but you get a recovery option, which we'll go over. And then double 4s is a high success. Outcome, success, additional effect.
Even if you can manage to get some sort of double 1s or increase your dice, that's huge. Because even if you whiff, it's not going to be as bad.
Yeah, double 1s, you don't have a reprisal roll, so that's better. 2 dice, rolling 2 dice increase, blah, blah, blah. So on a 4 on any 1 dice is a standard success. And then, yeah, so a combination of 2s and 3s. So if you don't get doubles, you're pretty much going with your...
Whatever's best.
Well, actually, you're going... So if you get a 4, you succeed. But if you get a 1 in combination with a 2 or a 3, it's a high failure.
Okay.
That's only 2 in 8.
Well, so and this is where your primacy comes into effect.
Yeah.
Where you
Right.
say, I'm rolling both my dice, you get that 1 and 2. You're like, ooh, that's really not good. I'm gonna get this high failure. You say, I'm gonna spend a primacy, change my 1 to a 2. Now you've got 2 2s. Now you're able to kind of get that recovery option, and you didn't have your high fail, and something doesn't come. You're not taking damage or.
Oh, I see
hurt
what you're
by it.
saying. Okay, that's what you were. That's
yeah.
what you were motioning at earlier. So with 2 dice, you still can really badly biff it, but with primacy, you can you have a little more wiggle room when you have 2
Yes.
dice as well as just 1 die.
Correct. And with how this system kind of works, a big thing you get into is your dice cache and your holding of dice. You can attempt to do something and roll 1 dice on your turn and keep 1 dice off to the side and stored, and say someone else is trying something and they may need some help, or you really want them to succeed type thing. You can say, I want to spend my held dice, help them out. Sometimes for better or worse, but things kind of change when you're able to kind of help out someone else. You just have to kind of plan for it ahead. And then when your turn comes around, you kind of restock back up to your 2, or however many dice you kind of start off with. So this dice cache system is also, what actions you're able to do on your turn and how you're able to help out your other players.
Okay.
Hell yeah. So primacy, you don't re-roll the die; it just bumps it up by 1.
I believe the primacy is you are, yes, changing the dice up and down by 1. It's your choice.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can so primacy, that's on page, well, for these options it's 11. Spend 1 primacy, increase up or down a single die by 1. Spend 2 to re-roll 1 die.
Oh.
Spend
okay.
4 to re-roll both die on a 2-die roll. So there's that.
Oh, so that's the trade-off when you're if you have someone who has a lot of injury points, you're like, even if I biff it and I get hurt, like if you're doing a fight situation, it's like, well, I might be able to soak the hurt anyway, because I'm not going to succeed all, because I can't fix a bad dice roll. I just kind of have to live with whatever I get.
You do have
more
less,
often than not.
You have less.
Other way around, if you're a manifester, you're like, I can't take almost any hits. I need to save my neck before I lose it, and most of it's trying to keep yourself from getting crushed.
Yeah.
But also having like flexibility of like, I really want this. I don't want this to succeed. I want it to be amazing, and I can make that. I'm more likely to be able to make that happen than say a defender who goes, I just live with what I get. I can adjust a little bit, but that's not what I'm not trying to mess with the dice too much. That's not my goal.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So on your turn, I guess, so you always get 2 turns, 2 dice on your turn, but you don't have to spend both. You can cash 1 like you was saying. I'm reading that, but that's on page 15. And then spend counts as, oh yeah, so anytime you spend a dice, counts as 1 action. In lieu of an action roll, a single action die may simply be spent from your dice cache in order to control your mount or vehicle, if mounted or driving, board a mount or vehicle, end one of your own active manifestations early, imbibe/feed a consumable that you're carrying, maintain your own active manifestation until the end of your next turn, move your active manifestation's area of effect up to 16 feet, negate a reprisal roll as a result of moving out of enemy melee range, or move up to full available movement an additional time.
None of those were restore primacy, right?
No.
All right.
Primacy does come
No,
back.
but I think at level 3, you can start using using your action to get a primacy back or something like that. I
Okay.
don't
Yeah, there's
remember where I
something
saw
in the
that.
primacy rules that said there's a restore primacy ability, and I was just trying to find where it's at.
Yeah, that's where you're getting into the doubles. The doubles is where you start getting your recovery option, where on page 10 of the book, you can recover an injury scale, you can remove an impediment or invoke a support upon yourself, you can recover 1 primacy, or you can gain 1 armor factor. So technically, you can sit there and say, well, I got this 1 and 2. I can spend a primacy to get 2 2s and restore a primacy. So you stopped yourself from getting a high failure, and you didn't really lose any primacy in the effect. So that is the main way that you're recovering your primacies, by getting
Interesting.
those doubles.
Interesting.
They don't come back with rest or something like that, or end of chapter.
They do
stuff.
per repose, every rest. You kind
Okay.
of reset, I
Okay.
believe. We can double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's when you kind of reset to starting.
So if you have like back-to-back encounters, it's like, oh, I spent all my primacy in that first encounter. You did? Really? Well, you're kind of stuck until we find some rest.
But
Yeah.
if you're
Unless
if
you get a
take
lucky
your-
roll.
there it is. Correct. You got it.
Here we go. Once the character's primacy pool reaches 0, the player cannot manipulate any more dice until primacy is restored. As the character evolves and becomes more powerful, the primacy pool increases as an aspect of their growth. Primacy may be restored with certain items by the recovery option, the primacy restore ability, or after repose.
Okay.
I don't know what the primacy restore ability is, but let's check that out.
That's what I was talking about. Where I think at level 3 we all get
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Ah.
So I think as your turn, you can just recover a primacy or something like that. Like you're charging up a spirit bomb.
Okay. Yeah, here it is. Once per phase, which is a day, a character at evolution 4 and above may recover primacy up to their maximum as a free action. So other than that, the only ways to get it back
Okay.
are to sleep or to use the recovery option.
I think it
Or to
said
get
items
a good
too.
roll.
And items, right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But no manifestation. I call it no manifestation can make it. So you can heal injuries with different abilities, but primacy is like, no. That you need to either rest, have an item. Like there's no
Interesting.
manifesting your points back, which makes sense. That's a good balance. So you can't just
Yeah.
primacy dump and then someone turns to you and goes, "Have those back." It's like, thanks. It's like, hold on. This is messing with the core dice. Let's not throw that around too easily.
And the other interesting thing is when you're talking about manifesting, there is actually something called a manifestation event. So this whole, I want to give a dice to assist somebody because I want something to really work well, and you roll triples. Chaos ensues because too much of those disciplines kind of melded. And when I was playing with Dungeon Mr. Ty, we had 3 triples show up, and we're in this boss fight, and all of a sudden another boss spawned in. This temporal worm or something kind of spawned in, all because we just wanted someone to succeed, and they did really well.
That's
Freaking
pretty cool.
oops.
That's pretty cool. I like it when the game makes the players fuck themselves like that. It's pretty cool. Okay. So that's a basic rundown of the basic rules. I mean, we'll get better as we play over the next 5 sessions. So all that's really left. So typically we would take a break here, but I feel like this is so easy that we're pretty close to the end anyway. So I figure we just power through. If that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
But so now all that's really left, maybe Gary already kind of gave some of his backstory. If anyone has some backstory, sort of try to mesh it together a bit as a unit, that would be good. Also, this is the time where I'm going to ask you guys for desires for this game. What kind of things you want to see. This is also a good opportunity to talk about Lions and Veils. So I played with everybody here minus Tyler. So we're amenable. We don't want anyone to be uncomfortable at any point in time. If something's going on that's making you uncomfortable, you can just exit out. But you can also warn me now if there's anything that's off limits. Good examples, and things that are off the table anyways. For this group, sexual assault, like bigotry. We're not really trying to role play that kind of stuff. Like I might have a character that's a bigot, but I'm the GM. It's a little different as opposed to playing a full character.
I don't love autopsies. It's always I'm not a huge fan of autopsies. Yeah, and then they're fine if they're the less descriptive, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But yeah.
Yeah, like I don't have a whole lot. I don't bring a whole lot. I fit in well. It is, as you've kind of mentioned, kind of more of the standards and perfectly aligned with all of those, and we're glad to see it. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah, usually the racism, no sexual assault, no bigotry covers a lot of people's things, but I've played with people, arachnophobes and that kind of stuff. Also, if there's anything you don't want to talk about right now, you can message me privately, and I'll never mention it to anybody. But also, if anyone makes you uncomfortable, if for some reason one of the players starts sending you dick pics, let me know. I don't know. Like, I'm just letting you know. It's just...
Don't say a word to him when I send you dick pics. Don't say a word to him.
Not say anything. But yeah, this is a safe space, and as a newcomer, I want you to feel welcome and safe, and we're not gonna hurt you. It's okay. But okay.
Well, the GM will, but
I will. Yeah, that's true. But I'm a piece
Sorry,
of
the
shit.
seer.
The seer. I see all.
Can you just not do that thing with your face?
Oh, where it looks like this?
Yeah, is there a way to fix that?
Where it looks like your father's face? Yeah.
So, see, you get this thing called VTuber Studio. You get it over the thing.
Yeah.
I can coach
There's
you
no
through
way
it.
to fix that.
I can coach you through it.
Hell yeah.
Sticky note on my screen.
Let's do a quick break. Let's go.
The apps won't recognize it as a face. That's the problem.
Hey, I'm married now. I don't have to be attractive. That's just...
You're looking good, though.
Hey, thanks. I'm feeling good.
Good.
The only veil I'll call out, just as part of the exercise, is that I veil romance things. It's fine when it's like, hey, I meet this person or I meet that person, and then we go off to do something, and that's just kind of the end of it. It doesn't go really into details, or if a dice roll needs to happen, then a dice roll happens, but we don't know the particulars.
So by
I guess
romance, you mean beating it up?
Well,
Yeah.
even the public like very like hugs and kisses are fine sort of thing, but it's like when it's like long romantic role play sessions, even with an NPC, it's like we can roll that. We can, I don't want to. As long as we get the idea where we're going, then great. But
That's fair.
not going into
Corbinian doesn't need you undressing them. Just text me if that's what you're trying to do.
You mean I have the
I've got a
opportunity
ton of dick
to...
pics already.
I have the opportunity to reenact the scene from Ghost, and you're not going to let me?
Hell yeah. Yeah, if I was a Starnum,
I mean,
the first
if
thing
you're
I
paying
would
Patrick
do...
Swayze, I might be okay, but that's different. He gets a pass.
You could do that with my
Swayze
character.
pass.
Yeah, as a Starnum, the first thing I do anytime I take a body is check out the genitals. That's
Oh
just...
God, yeah, God, dude.
Yeah.
I just clued in. That's what you're referring to. Like, you literally can do a Ghost Patrick Swayze moment of, well, I go to the clay thrower and I pull a Whoopi Goldberg. What do you mean? Now, you know what I mean. Dice roll me.
I really enjoy the fact that Whoopi Goldberg was rubbing on her the whole time, and we just saw Patrick Swayze. That's fun.
Is that what's happening in that scene? He's possessing Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes.
Mhm.
I've never seen that movie. I didn't know that.
You should see the movie. I put it off for so long because of that scene, and like everyone made the movie seem stupid and corny. The movie's actually really good.
It's really
I
good.
believe
It's a good
it.
movie.
I just
The
didn't
sequel's
know
kinda
that was the bit.
It didn't need a sequel. All right, so Just because you didn't say anything now doesn't mean it's not speak now or forever hold your peace. You can always change your mind, tell me stuff later. But what are some of the things you're looking for? What kind of game you guys want to play here? Nuovarden, first age kind of game, is ripe for exploration and the mysteries of creation and that kind of stuff. Tends to be more the lines of what this is. Like, there were some ancient battles, but it's not. I mean, it'll definitely come up, the pre-event kind of stuff. But you guys are some of the first like heroes in this world, really. You know, like it's a more or less freshly baked universe. So, what kind of stories you guys interested in seeing, telling? Are you guys okay with the sort of traveling? I would be cool if we centered this more around like a particular settlement, or if you guys wanted to do a trek to Mordor kind of thing where we're going from point A to point B for 5 sessions. Um, some people like that. Some people prefer a central city or village or hub. Whatever you guys are really feeling,
Now,
I can accommodate.
This is not just because we just played The Expanse and did a settlement game. This is not because of that. But we did just do a settlement game.
Did.
That was designed for settlement. And this is certainly a world with as many cultures as there are sessions for us to play. So we could stay on the move the whole time and still barely scratch the surface of this universe. So I do think this is one where we should stay on the move. And what that looks like, I don't know. But I do have planar travel also, so staying on the move doesn't even mean we have to stay in the garden. We could go everywhere. And that puts a lot of pressure on Jahan. But I'm for a planar travel 5-shot.
I'll be fine.
Where
man.
we just go through all sorts of nonsense.
Hell yeah.
I kind of like the idea with especially with the Selku, where it is that my understanding of them from a quick read. And obviously, I'll read more about them for next time. But from a quick read, they have they're not just antiquarians who sit in a room and memorize everything. That's large what they are, but they also sometimes go back to places that they remember going, I remember this place used to be like this. I'd like to make sure that's still the case. Or, oh, you explorers are looking for a cool whatever, or this village looking for a cool whatever. I think I know where one is. It should still be there, but I don't know because I'm just going by my racial ability, my cultural ability. I know it, so as long as no one else got there, nothing ate it, we can probably go look, sort of thing.
Okay.
In that sort of Gandalfish sense, almost.
Yeah, Selku story. I wrote down Selku storyline, return to ancient site. Potential. Planar travel, regular travel, both really cool. Those are great. All three are great additions. If you have any other things that you want, I'm not sure. Also, like, how combat heavy do you guys want? So we can do. I'll give you 3 levels here, right? Combat, balanced, or more story. Like
Warhammer 40K. I want to see more dice than there are stars in the universe.
Is it too late to say I want to be a space marine?
Oh, fuck.
It's too early to say that because I do have that book. We could play that.
Shit.
But
Can I play a Tyranid?
I don't think
Hell
so.
yeah.
But you might be able to
you
play a
cannot.
Gene Stealer, maybe.
Okay.
I think balanced,
Balance is fine.
right, is kind of the ideal. Yeah, it seems like this game has a lot of everything already.
A bit of
and then
explore, but a bit of because it sounds like from first age it's you're venturing that first little bit out of the villages. It's like there's still, yes, there are villages, there's some civilization, but there's stuff out there that isn't friendly to us sometimes, even if it's just like other critters or even peoples at the same time.
Yeah. No, I started asking this one because I've had people complain about the mix before, and I was surprised. But yeah, that sounds. I mean, balanced is really good for me. I like balanced.
Yeah, I think it depends on the game. Some games really are built around the fight, like something like Cyberpunk Red.
Yeah.
It's about the fight. It's Friday Night Fights. That's the whole. The game's built around that.
Man, I
So
miss
to
that
have no
game.
fights is kind of weird.
Cyberpunk's
Yeah.
fun.
Also, it's an original setting and it's an original system, and I think it would just be fair to take a look at everything
That's
in
true.
a balanced way.
Yeah.
Sure. I like these answers so far, so good.
Which means you go easy on us in every combat.
I will throw out, and I think it lends itself to a traveling campaign. But we have, again, especially with this Selku and Ixie thing, we already have a kind of mysterious vibe. I like some good mystery in a campaign. Doesn't have to be the main focus, but I like there to be a little bit of some twists and turns. I know we don't have a long run, but
I could put it in there.
And I do love that too, Keon, because I liked Jahan's reference to the trek to Mordor, but we don't know where we're going. And that links right in with the mystery. We could be on the way to something. We could certainly be on the way to something, and we may not even know what that something is. We may be following the mystery.
Yeah.
What about you, Ty? We've been dominating the conversation a bit.
Oh, I mean, it's again, you guys, everybody's fallen right into what I enjoy, that balance, traveling, especially experiencing the crazy amount of things that you could run into. We obviously have to find the Kakoots village and such, for on. So like, there's getting that travel in there.
Yeah,
all good. Like, let's just get out there and have some fun.
I was already gonna say, I think I might be traveling in like a caravan of like cat people, just doing tattoos and music. So you could do whatever with that.
I will do whatever.
Just tattoos and music.
Hey Corbinian, is it cool if we act out romance scenes if it's me and my brother? Acting them out.
Per terms of service, I don't think you can.
Okay.
I think that's illegal, Keon.
No.
Be clear.
Rest assured, incest is in. Rest assured.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I forgot they're
incest.
bringing it back. They're bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Hey, it never left, baby.
How you doing, Ty? This is a nice time in it.
Well, on that note, so that's a good amount to work on, work with here. So it sounds like Keon might want to be a traveling minstrel tattoo artist kind of guy. That's cool.
Kind of girl.
Okay, cool. Kind of girl.
She's gonna be a lady.
She's a lady. Whoa. I don't know how much of that I can sing before I get in trouble.
Depends how good you are at it.
Yeah.
I'm not very good.
So
at it.
you can sing
I can
so much
sing the whole thing. Ty.
You guys trying to say the whole thing.
You have any ideas for your Stardom character's background at all, or do you need some time on that? It's fine either way. I just want to give everyone the opportunity.
Probably gonna need a little bit of time, I think.
Totally cool.
Digging into it.
Alrighty. And Corbinian, you've already kind of thrown some of the stuff out there about your character. Do you have anything in particular with their story, their background that you want to talk about before we conclude our session 0?
Yeah, I'll read into it to refine it a bit more, but yeah, that first leading into the idea that especially since their ability is about the pre-emergent stuff, so it's all about they know things, but they haven't experienced it. So a lot of it's almost like it's almost like a tourist going to places they've heard of, and they're like, well, that sounds cool. I want to go there. Except it's tourism of like, yeah, this is pre-emergent stuff, and the emergent sounds like a big event in the world.
Yeah.
And this genius is going to go, I want to go to the places that were influenced from the before times.
Okay.
This isn't a village. You're not picking up yarn here. You're gonna have to.
So
you're gonna need some help.
We would be crossing over with some land plaque stuff then. I think those are like the native species, and I kind of want to see them a little bit too. So that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
And question:
interested in pre-emergence locations. Cool.
Are we meeting as four strangers, or are there any? Do we want to have relationships before?
You guys can definitely build together if you want to. Anyone that doesn't feel like they fit in that dynamic can be introduced later. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
But I do think that we have enough for now to end our session 0. You do have to come up with a storyline for Vampire 5 game. That's true, Vampire Bites. But yeah, so yeah, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the session 0. This was definitely a great start. I look forward to playing this very much so. The more I read this book, the more I like it. It's very easy to learn. The character creation was pretty seamless. Not a lot of hiccups. So we are going to be... Well, we'll discuss the schedule after this, but it will be on Thursdays. Might skip a week for prep time, but we'll talk about it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been Session 0 of Nuovarden. I have been the Board Game Guru, Game Master Extraordinaire, Jahadadan.
It's me, Casualty CDG, co-host of Fresh Out the Box. Catch us right here on Thursdays, playing TTRPGs that usually aren't Dungeons and Dragons, but maybe someday, Jahan, maybe someday. We'll be playing with friends, we'll be playing with guests, we'll be playing with other hosts, we'll be playing with everyone who wants to play with us. Come check out Nuovarden. Go make sure to support Adventure Sling, our dear friends Dungeon Master Ty, and also Aaron Dippity Doo. They the homies. And we look forward to playing with them again in the future, too. Well, just catch us doing the thing. We'll be here. We love you. Mwah. Kisses on your forehead. Bye-bye.
I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, currently streaming some ancient Roman magic investigation stuff on Saturdays, Lex Arcana. On Monday, I do JRPG, TTRPG stuff on Mondays for called Fabula Ultima. And I'm actually starting in next week, next Wednesdays, I'll be doing midday rolls of some Star Trek Adventures. I already stream someone else running Star Trek Adventures on Tuesdays, but I'm also going to run my own thing on Wednesdays as well. And I also do variety of video games. When that happens, you just kind of have to be watching out for them because there's no set schedule for that. The only set schedule is for the TTRPGs. But I look forward to seeing more of this game and seeing you all playing with you.
Yeah, I've been Kian. You can find me on Instagram at King Kian, and you can find my music streaming everywhere at just Kian. Hopefully, Jahan has it spelled right on the screen you're looking at, and I don't have to explain how to spell it. And if you happen to be in SoCal, in LA, and you want to come see a show, I got a lot of shows coming up. So check out the Instagram, and you'll be notified. Thank you for watching.
And I've been Tythalanos. You can find me streaming over on my channel under Tythalanos. Wednesday nights are my Pathfinder 2nd Edition homebrew game. We're in our summer schedule, so we're here kind of every other week at the moment. Just played last night, so we'll be on in a couple weeks. Otherwise, you can find me VTubing, playing other video games, not in this form, obviously. Just kind of random games here and there. So again, no set schedule, best way to do it. And also, I got to say, the way that y'all fall into your radio host, like, just at the drop of a hat is a little jarring, but I'll get used to it. But very, very cool.
Thanks everyone for watching. Stay fresh.